Hello and welcome to Manuel Goes Racing, and we're back in rFactor 2 again to look at the last couple of things from the Q4 2022 drop. That's the London E-Prix circuit, which is based at London's Excel Centre, and the Bahrain circuit, which is probably best known by people for the Formula 1. In fact, there were 2 Formula 1 races the other year, I think. Now we're going to do the if my mouse click will work, we'll do the London circuit first. In a Formula E car, I did think, should I do it in a rental car? And I thought, no, better use the real thing. Do what it was designed for. Waits for a track map to appear. You've got a track map in here. Why, if you can do that track map, can't you put it in game in the HUD? As you can see, it's a bit of an oddball layout. Looks like it's got some fast sections and some really nadgery slow sections, and that would be a fairly good assessment, I suspect. Right, no messing about. We won't go with that view because that's bloody awful. We'll go with the I can't see the car anymore view, so hopefully I can work out how wide the car is. Is my engine running? I can't hear it. Oh yeah, and you might get quite a lot of tyre squeal. Oh, bloody red light. Turn the fucking green one on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Right, out of the pit lane in the circuit. First turn here is reasonably tight. You have to avoid those things because they are quite lumpy. Then into effectively a double apex. Can't actually see the other fucking apex. There's an apex there somewhere. Might become more obvious as we go a bit faster, or because I'll go back in the car. Going down the hill, bit of a dodgy braking zone into this rather weird little sort of chicane, and I'll try not to hit too many of those lumpy things because they are a bloody pain in the arse. But I'm not 100% sure where my wheels are in this position. This corner is quite fast, reasonably, and then it's along a straight through a little kink and then a bit of a dodgy braking zone. Yeah, I'll get the pit limiter on still. You probably want to be braking them sort of around 100 to sort of 75 metres maybe. And then 180 degree tight. Followed by 180 degree tight the other way. Which, as you can tell by the amount of effort I'm putting in the bloody steering wheel, is a major pain in the arse. Right, and then into this chicane. Very quick flick through here, and then onto the fastest part of the course. It's extremely lumpy along here, as you might have gathered. Like I said, this is all laser scanned. Now you've got a spot, there's a 150 marker, about 100 marker, somewhere around about here you want to be braking because it's all a bit and it's quite easy to overshoot. But if you do overshoot, you'll end up finding the old attack zone here, which is bit weird that it sort of disappears in the wall there. So round the corner, continuing on, another sort of 180 degree, bit more open this time, left followed by a right left flick, again a little flick over those silly curb things, and another right, and then up the hill, brake, and then spot the gap in the wall here to re-enter the XL building, which is slightly weird feeling, but that's a lap. Well, by the time we get the other side of the start finish and actually finish the lap, I will turn off the speed limiter and I'll go back to an internal view. I can't see anything, there's a post in the way, and yet I still want to That's actually the first corner, not where we came out. That was actually the third corner before. As you can see, it's quite difficult to spot now with the wheels there, so it might be more of a bloody pain in the arse than it was. Whoa! I can imagine. Oh, shite. Racing around here is a bit of a nightmare. A bit early on the brakes, but I want to actually make sure I stop in time, so. Apex, what apex? Then on the far section, as you will see, it's definitely bumpy. Oh, braked a bit early there. Oh. I keep wanting to change down in gears, and there's only one. Oh, shite. One gear anyway. I had a right cock up with that, didn't I? It's definitely a busy circuit, so. And my brakes appear to be just permanently locking the fronts. Quite difficult to actually spot anything because the wheels are in the way. But it's a bit strange being indoors for this bit. Oops, shit. You put that wall there. Now you know why I'm not a Formula E driver, because I would wreck the cars in about 2 minutes flat. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of grip around here, and I thought I'd put it on the heavy preset as well, so. How much wheel can I put in? Like I said, it's a very tricky braking zone because it's all over the place, up, down, left, right. I did say it was a tricky braking zone, didn't I? Being bumpy and everything. So. Probably not a particularly fast or representative lap, but that's definitely a place that you will need to spend a lot of time doing laps of to try and work out what you're doing around here, because it's a tricky circuit. Very tricky circuit. So yeah, interesting addition. Whether or not I'd spend a lot of time around here, I can't see how you can really race around here. It's just too manic. It's a bit like trying to race Formula 1 round I don't know, Knock Hill. It's like it's mental. I mean, I can understand if you were running rental carts around here, I mean, ideal sort of endurance rental cart track, but nah. Don't think that's my cup of tea, really. As always, I'll record the replay and put it in, and you can have a laugh at how many times I hit the wall. But yeah, that's not really my cup of tea, I don't think. I mean, I bought all the Formula E stuff, and one day I might actually have a proper stab at it. But at the moment, not sure. Rain? Oh no, it's BAH, isn't it? No? Yes. Bahrain. Right. As I said, there's 4 track layouts. The road course, which is the normal F1 circuit. Endurance, which I assume is the one they're using for the Endurance World Championship round. which I believe is this weekend. The outer course, which I think is what they used for like a second race in F1 the other year. And then the paddock course, which basically appears to be sort of like the two straights joined up, which might actually be quite an interesting little circuit. Certainly of all the circuits, that's probably the most open and easy to learn. We're going to do the old endurance one. I probably should have clicked on them so you get a bigger map, you know. So that's the standard F1. That was the other F1 track, and then this is what we're going to have a play with. But like I said, I think this would be quite interesting on some lower performance cars. But what am I going to run around here? Good bloody question, because I still can't really decide what I want to. What, GT4 maybe? What we got? Alpine. Oh, I could try and embarrass myself in one of these. European 2012, whatever. That'll do. If I make a fool of myself, I make a fool of myself. Nothing new there, I hear you say. But yeah, it's quite squiggly. And now I've seen a rabbity looking thing in it, and I can't not see that rabbity looking thing. It's like nose, ear flopping down. At least it doesn't look like a penis. And if your penis does look like that, I'd go and see the doctor. Loading, loading, loading. We are slowly loading. 3.91 miles. That's quite a long circuit, so. This should be a laugh. See if I can get lost. Again, without a track map. That's one of the massive advantages of having an in-game track map. Is it actually allows you, helps you to learn circuits. I've never gone with the have a lines on the road sort of direction things, arrows. I just never worked for me really. I've always found it easier to just have a sort of a track map that's only showing you part of the track that you're on, and then sort of zooms in and out a bit as you go faster and slower. But that's just me. Right. We'll go bonnet cam. Yeah, we'll go bonnet cam, and we'll have a slow drive around. When I say slow, relative term. I'd say that actually looks really nicely modelled. Massive grandstand all along the front there. I just find the right. No, not that one. That one. I'll just turn it off for a minute. You don't need to know that I'm going that slow, do you? Suddenly thought, oh, green light. Some interesting buildings. Yet another. Must be the cheap seats, that one. I was in the really cheap seats, so they don't even have a cover on them. So, you know, there's a bit of track disappears there. Not sure where that goes. It's a bit of tarmac over here, but the actual corner is here, and it's sort of much more than 90 degrees, and then you have to whiz over here a bit to get the run through this bit. Watching out for other cars touching you, because you might end up in a barrier over there somewhere, actually having gone right through the Armco. Always dodgy. Definitely a lot of info coming from the tarmac. Again, lots of buildings, nice palm trees. Don't know what the other ones are, but the little sticky up ones, they're palm trees. I'm assuming this thing's got an absolute shit ton of night lighting. Maybe I should have come here in at night. Braking here, this is the point where you'd sort of take a slightly tighter right to end up going on the Formula 1 sort of down the hill there, but we're going slightly more to the left, and this is all a little bit up and down. There's sort of quite a lot of elevation changes, but not massive elevation changes, enough to be annoying to make it difficult to spot apexes. So this, again, quite a long, and you're going over a rise, so if you've got a lot of power on, you're probably going to be in a bit of drifto mode. This is a bit tighter, this corner, by the looks of it, and then somewhere around here should be a right turn that I probably can't even bloody see. Oh yeah, there's an apex there, so don't go that way. There's a barrier in the way. That's where you go to go around the outer circuit, straight down there. So then another bit of wiggle. It's definitely a lot of wiggle around here. Definitely lots of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And again, feels like there's like little elevation changes and ups and downs everywhere, which will be causing issues with grip, front and or rear. And then somewhere around here we should, I think that's where we join back up. Yep, this is where we should be joining back up with where the F1 circuit will go. And again, it's sort of a little bit downhill, so possibly effectively off camera as you're going downhill, and then down into a bit of a braking zone for a reasonably tight right-hander. Not forgetting, because you're initially braking downhill, you'll have to brake a little bit earlier to stop gravity assisting you down the hill. Out the corner, that looked like it was fairly flat camber, uphill, over this ridge, and this is where we're coming to probably the trickiest braking zone, because you're coming through this left-hand kink and then braking down through the kink, probably heavily unloading the left front as you turn into here, which is into the sort of mid-straight. And as you can see, there's actually a starting grid here, so I'm assuming they can do some weird shit with like more than one circuit here. I'm assuming all this paint on the outside is sort of super high grip, shred your tyres type paint. Curves are definitely very, very, very rough. Through this very quick left. Not so quick if you're on the pit limiter, of course, but which I believe I am. This is a sort of effectively double apex, and then into what I believe is a double apex right. Or is it a long right with a little straight after it? I can't remember. I think it is. See, there's another bit of track goes off over there somewhere, so who knows how many different bloody layouts of track they can have around here. But yeah, short straight, and then this is tighter than I thought it looked initially. Yeah, a little bit of camber to help you around that one. Again, another straight that's up and down a bit. There's some really interesting buildings around here, I have to say. And I have to say they've done a really nice job of modelling them all, so I'll have to go into whatever the last F1 game I've got is and have a look at the circuits in that and see how it compares. I always find there's a little bit of a cartoon feel to the Codemasters F1 games sometimes. Right, the last corner, is it one or is it two? I'm not sure. It's a bit of an interesting one because it's quite easy to run wide on the exit, because it's a sort of corner that opens up on the exit, and quite often there's people end up over there and having monumental accidents. Right. Shall I go back in car for a full lap? I seem to be sitting a hell of a long way back in this. I don't know, it makes some bloody weird noise, isn't it? Oh, wrong button. Bloody AI, leave it alone. Right, let's try a full speed lap. full speed lap. I've got no idea how this is going to go in this Alpine because I haven't driven it for a while and I'm not sure how loose it's going to be. So far so good, but we haven't got to the interesting part of the circuit yet as far as I'm concerned, because this is the bit where I'm not really sure where I'm going. As you can tell by my hesitation on the throttle, because this is definitely tighter than it looks at first glance, and then somewhere around here is the Jesus, this thing wants to step out a lot. I think somebody left a load of sand on the circuit by the sound of it. I might have also turned the tyre sound up a bit too far actually. Does that get right on my nose after half an hour or so? It's doing that for a long race. Into this really dodgy braking zone, I'm going to brake a little bit early because I'm not sure what this car's going to do, because it feels a little bit like it's trying to throw the back end of the scenery a bit, but I'd say it is really, really nicely modelled. And like I said, I've not tried this up until now, and I don't think the endurance layout is in any other game, so might change from playing with just the F1 layout. Probably could have gone a bit quicker there. That's another interesting braking zone because you're actually trying to ease into the corner a bit as it tightens up. And this is the exact opposite because it's tight initially and then opens out. Probably going a bit quicker around that. Itchy nose. Is that a Ferris wheel or something on the left there? Didn't really notice until I was too late. And that's a cube. Sort of run that curve quite a bit by the feel of it. It's reasonably smooth, so don't try to do it when there's another car next to you. No. Try and carry a little bit more speed through here. Oh, maybe a bit too much. Maybe a bit too much. Deceptively damn tight that corner, and it's also downhill, so sort of through a bit of a compression, so it definitely is quite bloody tricky. Same as this, I think it's actually tighter on the exit than it looks initially. Very, very technical, all of that section. Overall it is a very technical course actually. Those where I'll run a bit wide there. Also driving a car that doesn't feel like it's trying to rotate all the time on the brakes would help. As we're doing a few more laps to get a hang of what's going on. We can probably carry a bit more speed through here. definitely trying to throw herself at the scenery and the brakes. No idea what the brake balance is. Well, I know what it is, it's the thing that changes the brake balance. But that's not important right now. Probably going to run a bit wider on the exit there. Yeah, interesting layout. Like I said, very, very technical. Not even sure where the start-finish straight is. Start-finish line, I think that must have been it. So, no idea what sort of lap times they were. 2 minutes 46. Blimey, really? Ooh. Didn't feel that long, but probably because it's a very busy circuit as well, especially the back section. It's probably quite easy to. I don't know whether or not that was the first or second lap to come out and have a look. Yeah, it's a decidedly busy circuit at the back there. So I'm assuming that was that it? No. I think it must have disallowed the time on one of those. So whatever I was about to do, no idea. But yeah, busy circuit, interesting layout, certainly very, very technical. An interesting addition. Again, I think once you got the hang of where the apexes are and some of those strange sort of little corners where you go through a little dip and a compression and cause your car to either slide off or over rotate, depending upon how you get into it. All makes for an interesting circuit. So yeah, another interesting addition. So yes, two nice circuits. One I probably will use once on a blue moon. That I'm much more likely to actually drive around. But I think finding a car that's slightly better balanced to practice with, although the Alpine's not bad. It's one of those. It just feels a little unstable on the brakes from that. So, but for me, for now, I think those two are another interesting addition. Like I said, the London E-Prix circuit is just that would drive me up the wall trying to actually race around it. Driving around it, I could do a few laps, but actually racing on it, I think that would just drive me mental. But I'd say that about most of the E-Prix circuits. Although some of them are actually a lot wider, so they've got a bit more room to move. But that's very technical and it's very narrow, which doesn't make overtaking at all easy. Although they do have all the gimmicks, and that's basically what they have to add them, is to make it easier to overtake. So. And I think the main sort of fast drag is rather too bumpy as well. So all in, a bit of a weird, oddball circuit, but it's certainly different because it's half inside, half outside. The only other thing like that is one of the karting circuits in AMS2. Each to their own. I know some people love the old Formula E. I don't mind watching it occasionally, but. So, that's enough waffle from me. Like I said, that's the last two parts of the Q4 2022 update. The cost of it, if you buy everything in one pack, wasn't too bad. I think it was 24 quid for 4 circuits and 2 cars. If you bought them all individually, it would be about 37 quid, I think. So, you could buy most of it, and it would cost you about the same if you left out one of the circuits, one of the cars, I think, as buying it all as one. So, your money, your choice, as always. So, I'll record the replays and put them in a corner, and I'll get this uploaded, and you can all watch it and see me making a fool of myself again. Right, for me, for now, that's enough rabbiting. Enjoy racing. I'll catch you soon, and goodbye. There's me button.